This is JC one more time. I got another trucking song for you. I promised my friend Warren over at Trucking Son of a Gun I'd run another one over his way before too long. This is a song that I wrote some years back. It's called Ballad of Jimmie the Trucker, and it's about a young man who wanted to do some trucking, so that's what he did. Now, I'm dressed a little different this time. I got my honest-to-goodness truck driving vest on here, and also my honest-to-goodness truck driving glasses. Got my honest-to-goodness trucking cap on here. It's sure enough Lewiston, Idaho cap. See, it says right there, Lewiston, Idaho. My little daughter, Jamie Colleen, up in Lewiston, Idaho, sent it to me, and I wear it every chance I get, especially if I'm trucking. So, Warren, you climb aboard now and fasten your seatbelt, because we're going to get out here on the concrete slab, and we're going to do a little bit of trucking. Jimmie was born on the wrong side of town, and at schooling he was never the best. So he took his first job at the age of 13, and he worked right along with the rest. Then one day a trucker came into his life, and he said, "Can you prove you're a man? Can you climb in that truck and head it off down the road?" Jimmie said, "If I have to, I can. I guess if I really have to, I can." Well, he climbed up inside her, and he started her, and he heard that big engine roar. And as the rig started rolling, Jimmie's future was set. He would never do anything more. Well, he traveled this country till he knew it by heart, all the way from the east to the west. And the truckers all knew when they saw Jimmie coming, they were trucking right along with the best. They all knew that Jim was the best. Then one day the boss said, "This load's gotta go." Jimmie said, "I can make it in 10. But the boss said, "Jimmie, can you make it in 8? Jimmie said, "If I have to, I can. I guess if I really have to, I can." Well, there's a 13-mile grade from the top of the hill, and at 8 miles his air brakes were gone. But he rode it on down till he reached the last curve. Then he knew that his trucking was done. Jimmie knew his trucking was done. When they finally pulled Jimmie up out of the wreck, and they said, "He will never survive," then his eyes gently fluttered, and his lips softly said, "Let me speak while I am alive. I want to talk as long as I am alive." Well, without this old truck, I never would have been too much. And I think that it made me a man. Because when I climbed up inside her and I started her up, why, that's the day that my life really began. Yeah, there's nothing quite like climbing up in this old truck and trucking across our great land. And when you give her the throttle and you hold in the wheel, why, it must be like holding God's hand. Yes, I thought about living, and I thought about trucking on the highways across our great land. But you know, I never once thought about dying. But if I have to, I guess that I can. If I really have to, I guess that I can. Ballad of Jimmie the Trucker. Thank you very much. This is JC.